What's good, man? What's good? What's good? What's good? All right. So, to who it may concern, we the men. Yo, we the men. I get it, bro. I get it. You was raised by a single mom, and you don't want to say nothing about women at all because you feel like if you criticize women at all, then that's equivalent to criticizing your mama, bro. You're not a man if you move like that. Like, if you scared of women being angry at you, then you're not in a position to be a leader. Because a leader does what's best for his people, even if it means that his people will be upset with him sometimes. You can't always please people. And sometimes people don't have the foresight. You know, women have insight, men have foresight. And because the world is dominated by women and that men that were raised by dominant women, we have a world full of men that are scared to be leaders, that don't exude real leadership, and that unless the women that they want to have sex with or the women that they love are approve of their message, then they won't say it. But that means that they're going to be safe Negroes. They're going to stay safe and not to upset the women in their circles. But there is no change in being comfortable. And the African American community is too comfortable in mediocrity. As we become more successful individually, as the black man individually becomes more successful, as 68% of black men are in middle class, and as women have collectively increased their income individually, as we've individually made gains, our children have progressively, as a whole, declined. There's more individuals that are successful, but overall the family has declined. More average families leads to a better black community. More individuals that are successful actually has a negative impact. The more individuals that are successful, the less of a community gain. It's very simple. It took me a while to realize it, but I'm like, we need more people that are okay with being average, because average people are what rule the world. And if nobody will accept that they look average, that their height is average, that their sex is average, that their penis size is average, that their looks are average, then we can make more practical decisions. I'm average. I'm handsome to some people, but overall I'm average, and I'm super okay with it. I'm okay with it. Like, you know, I might be above intelligence in some areas, but in other areas, I'm average. Like, I'm above average in certain areas, but in other areas, I'm below average. So overall, we're all average overall. We all excel in one or two things because we're individuals, but overall, we're all over average. Like, you might have a person that can dunk and do all of these physical things. They might be above average in that department, but they might be below average in another department. If you are the physical apex, you know, whether that's a woman or a man, then the world opens doors for you. But as doors become open for you, you lose the ability to engage in certain type of thought. You lose the paradigm. Doesn't mean you're less intelligent, but if you are an attractive woman, there's things that are just given to you. If you're a tall and handsome man, society opened doors for you. That's why CEOs are more likely to be over 6'2", even though it's only 5% of men that are over 6'3", I believe. So there's doors that open for you. Now, what does that mean? Like, a person that's above average physically is below average somewhere else, just because the nature of how it works. When you're given a certain privilege or status, automatically people that had to work for that status have more experience in certain fields. So you could be above average in looks, but that might mean you might be below average in comprehension, not because you're unintelligent, but because you're a physical apex. Things that other people had to work for, you get. But then those things that they work for, you can never understand in that way. That's why certain CEOs or certain people in positions, like people that have born in the rich, they just want to feel normal. You know what I mean? Like people that are born in the wealth, they like the idea of having a privilege, but then after a while, they like, I just want to be treated normal. People that are average, oh, I just want to be rich. So it's a give and take. It's like a dance that we have, but overall, we're all average, and men, we can't be scared to rule the world. Like not rule the world like domination, but we are responsible for the community. And we're so scared to be leaders that we're allowing Eve to lead us to destruction. We got instructions from God, and Eve came and said, "Nah, I don't think God is right. You should eat that apple." We got instructions from God, regardless of what the religion or the belief system is, and people are being convinced that no, that's not your job. That's like, no, just because you don't like your God-given role doesn't mean you should change how I look at life because you don't like the biology you were given. It's not my fault. God made man and woman, and there's natural roles in the order. You could spend your life defying the order, or you can spend your life defining the order given to you and making the best out of the world within the parameters of your role. And, the only reason that guys have this prestige and have these advantages is because we're martyrs in a sense. We're put here to risk our lives to make sure that our species stays on the planet. So, because we're almost expected to risk our lives for the betterment of our species, then yes, we do have privilege. There's never a scenario where men want our women to die first, because our women nurture our children into the earth, and our women nurture and support the elders as they pass. That's only a position a woman can hold, because only a woman has the emotional dynamics to deal with the trauma of childbirth and to sit and see a loved one off to death. That's something that only a woman can do. Hospice. Men are not programmed for that. We don't have the emotional capacity. We could, there might be one in a million, but that's not our biological strength. That's not where we shine. And instead of trying to fight biology and go, well, just because I could do this, no. There is roles for a reason, because nature works better when women are nurturing and they're using their biological nurturing function to prepare the children from 0 to 5, and then to hand them over to the father to teach the kids how to survive, or to hand the children over to the elders so the elders can teach culture. It's rules to this. Maybe it's not written. Maybe it was written, but it was taken away. A woman's role is to nurture life into the world and to nurture life as it exits the world. And on the other side of the spectrum, in the spiritual world, it's the same thing. There's somebody getting the spirit, the soul ready to be born, and it's somebody on the other side that is there to embrace you when you die. It's death and life is it's like, as you die here, you're born somewhere else. As you're born here, you die somewhere else. And there's a nurturing energy that gives you to and from there. Some shit you just born with. There's a knowledge that you're born with that you convince yourself that it's not there. There's a God-given knowledge that you're born with. It's a reason that women are emotional, because those emotions are there for a reason.